Hi friends, Cole here. Thank you so much for joining me. And going to do a full body flow today. And we're just gonna move and breathe and wiggle and get into the hips a little bit today. I think that I'm feeling a little tight in my hips, so therefore, that's what we'll do, and hopefully you can find some resonance there as well. I know a lot of us hold a lot of tension there. So let's start on the ground. Let's start seated. And remember that everything I'm giving is just suggestions. So very possibly not everything will work in your body. There's lots of ways to modify, or always just come down into child's pose, Tadasana, anything that feels good. But let's ground and anchor in first. And close the eyes down. And just to start, this is something I've been doing lately that I think feels really good, is to bring into your awareness something that brings you joy. Something that every time you think about it, you can't help but smile a little bit. The things that that I normally call to mind the quickest is puppies. So that never fails to bring me some joy. But maybe it's a smell or a memory or a person or a moment. And I think we forget that we can conjure up these memories, we can conjure up these feelings at any time. So we get to kind of practice that like a muscle. Like we do our yoga practice, we can also practice this gratitude practice or this joy practice. And take a moment, and every inhale, breathe it bigger in your body, like you could completely absorb and soak it through your body, this feeling of joy. It's pretty amazing that we can really, really feel this anytime we want. So let's move with this energy today of the sweetness. Call it sukha in yoga, sweetness, sukha. Move with this energy of sukha, maybe a little smile on the face. And just knowing that we have the ability to, we don't always have the ability to choose our thoughts, but we do have some sway. We do have some influence there. And we can begin to flex this muscle, this joy muscle. One more inhale, breathe it big in the body. And exhale. Beautiful, open the eyes up. I'm still smiling about puppies. And let's begin to move. Take the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, bring them behind the back. Interlace the hands, roll the shoulder blades back, and open the heart. So you're pulling the hands away. And maybe find a little bit of a wiggle here. And release, hands to heart center once more. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, draw the hands down, interlace the hands. Maybe the other hand is on top this time. Roll the shoulders back, inhale. Gaze up, open throat. And exhale, release. Tabletop position. Begin to make some wiggles, make some moves, just seeing what's going on in the body. We're gonna come into Gomukhasana. We're just gonna jump right into a hip thing here. So let's take the left leg back onto the toes here. We're gonna take the right foot over towards the left side. The knee is kind of in the middle of the mat here. And then pull the left knee right up behind it. And we're gonna take a seat. Whew. We're just gonna kind of jump right in, see what you see. Let yourself feel what you feel. Maybe you wanna take a block and pop it under your booty. This is an option as well. But take a moment in stillness. Where's the tension? And can you send breath to it? So if you're ever in a position to where you're like in the position, but only if you can't breathe, we don't want to be there. Full expression of any pose is when you can fully inhale and exhale. So back up to that point. Now we're going to move a little bit with our breath. So take the right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, reach towards the right. Inhale, come up, and we reach towards the left. Once more each side. And exhale. Beautiful. Plant the hands behind the back. We're going to shift back. Navasana pose, boat pose. So the knees can be bent, the knees can be long, but see how I'm doing with my feet? I have a slight separation in the heels and the toe pads touch. What this does is it helps with proprioception in the body. If you separate the feet, this gets harder. If you place them together just slightly, it tells the body where it is in space and gives you more power. One more inhale. And exhale, cross the ankles, tabletop position. Wiggle around. So maybe this looks like big circles, or maybe cat and cow, whatever feels good in the body. And we're gonna switch sides here. So the right foot steps out, the left knee comes kind of in the middle of the mat with the foot over towards the side, over towards the right side. The right knee comes behind and the left foot goes over. We're gonna sit back, wiggle the booty in. This side's a little bit tighter for me. Maybe it is for you, maybe it's looser on this side. You can sit up on a block, again, an option. Whew. If this is too much, you can straighten this bottom leg, yeah? So this is an option as well. A couple rounds of breath and stillness. I like to place my hands on the soles of my feet, press down. And then place the left hand down. Reach over towards the left. Really, can feel that nice in the right hip. Inhale, lift up and towards the left. So you can do this as slow or as quick as you like. Maybe you like to stay, or maybe you like to move with breath. Beautiful. And let's come up. Navasana boat pose. Lean back onto the hips. Hands can be down, they can be behind the knees. Roll the shoulders back, bring the heart center forward, pull in the low belly. Toe pads touching, slight separation in the heels. We'll use this in other positions. The slight separation of the heels, it just creates a little bit of an internal rotation, the way that we would normally stand in Tadasana. So we're just using that same alignment in other places. One more inhale. And exhale, cross the ankles. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Any movements here you'd like to make? I'm going to show you this new move I've been playing with. I like it. I think it's fun. So let's see how we do here. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. All right, so what we're going to do, plant the left heel down. The right leg is going to kick out, and we're going to lift the left arm up. So this is what it looks like. Yeah? Downward facing dog. You pull the knee back into the chest, plant the foot. I don't have a good name for this yet, so help me out. Inhale, left leg lifts. We'll do this again slow. Exhale, knee to nose. So from here, plant the right heel down, lift the right arm, kick the leg as you bring the hips to the heel. So you're not coming all the way down. And then pull the knee back in, downward facing dog. And begin to pedal out. Let's try it again on each side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring the back heel down. Take a slide, maybe an electric slide, I don't know. Downward facing dog. It's like a little kick. Slow little smooth kick. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. So you put the weight into the left hand as the back heel comes down. Lift the right arm, sink the hips. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Gaze towards the hands. You can step or take a big hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. We'll stay here for a moment. Look down at your feet. So here again, the toe pads should be touching and there's a slight separation in the heels. So this is again what we were doing in Navasana. It feels a little weird, otherwise we'd have the toes pointed out. So that's why we want that little separation in the heels. Bend in the knees as much as you need. Lift the shoulders away from the ears, so you're lifting them up. Bend in the knees. Push down through the feet so much that you roll the torso up. Hands to heart center. Take a few rounds of breath. Audible exhale. And bring that feeling of joy on your face again, in your body again. And we'll move with breath. We'll do a version of sun salutation. Inhale, lift the arms up, gaze up. And exhale, bend the knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or to the floor. A little bit of cobra in the back. And exhale, plant the hands, step back with the right foot. The back knee comes down. Inhale, lift the torso up, one breath. And exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. And exhale, plant the hands as you step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward plank pose. And exhale, knees, chest, chin come down to the ground. So the booty's up like a little inchworm. Gazes forward, untuck the toes. Inhale, low cobra, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, downward facing dog. One round of breath in. Round of breath out. Inhale, the right leg lifts. We're going to do that move. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, plant the back heel down as you kick the leg out. Left arm lifts. And tripod down dog on an inhale. Exhale, step in between the thumbs. Plant the back heel down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, open the heart. Plant the hands, exhale, left foot meets the right, forward fold. Bend in the knees as you rise all the way up. Push down into the feet. And exhale, hands to heart center. And switch sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back with the left foot, back knee comes down. One breath up, inhale. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. And exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward plank pose. This time, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. You can chaturanga with the knees up or knees down. Inhale, high or low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. So listen to your body on that. Whatever feels good in your body today. One round of breath. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, back heel plants as you kick the leg out. Right arm lifts. And exhale, plant the hand. Tripod down dog, inhale. Exhale, step in between the thumbs. Plant the back knee down. Inhale, lifts the torso. And exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, cactus the arm. And plant the hands, step forward, fold, exhale. Bend in the knees as you roll all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. One round of breath in and out. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, fold forward, bow forward, leading with the heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step back with the right foot. Plant the right hand down, left arm comes up, take a twist. So notice my feet are in a line here, so I need to separate them a little bit. So you want to have more of like a train tracks. Lean back into the shoulders here. And then we're going to plant the back knee down. Lift the torso up. We're going to come all the way up and back into Exalted Warrior. So scissor the thighs here, so we're not just dumping into the flexibility. A lot of us can do that, but we want to keep the strength. So pull back on the left hip. One more big inhale. And then exhale, plant the right hand down, side plank. Different options. You can turn all 10 toes towards the right. This can be side plank. Or you can take the left foot on top of the right foot. If you're doing this, then it's the same alignment. The toe pads are touching, slight separation in the heels. One more big inhale. We're gonna step the left foot at the top of the mat. So you may already be there if you're in that other variation. Otherwise, you're gonna bend the left foot, spiral the heart down, and plant the foot back towards the top of the mat. Yeah? This is a big transition here. Left hand plants. We're gonna take a big step up into Ardha Chandrasana. Open up. Half moon pose. This may be a little bit wobbly, and that's fine. That's how we find our balance. Even though one leg is up in the air, we're pressing evenly through both feet, like you're shooting laser beams through the heels. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the right hand down. The right foot comes off the left side of the mat. Bend the knees, curtsy pose. And inhale, gather up the energy. Right foot meets the left. And exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands. 3 rounds of breath. Audible exhales. Feel the sensation, the heartbeat in the body. Hands to heart center. Again, we move in joy. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, step back with the left foot this time. Left hand plants, right arm opens up. And as you rotate, pull back on the right hip crease. Roll the shoulders back and lean back slightly. Breathing here. Drop the back knee down. Maybe not drop it, maybe place it down gently. And we're gonna come up into Exalted Warrior. So the torso is already twisted. Pull the belly in as you come up and back. And exhale, sink the hips. One more breath here. Vashisthasana, side plank. Plant the left hand. Lift the back knee. This can be side plank right here, all 10 toes over towards the right side. Or you take Vashisthasana, toe pads touch, slight separation in the heels. Wherever you are, bring the hand, the right arm towards the top of the mat. Push down to lift up, regardless of which variation you're in. One more inhale. If you're in full side plank, then bend that top leg. Begin to gaze down as you reach forward and the foot steps to the top of the mat. So we'll all meet there. Right hand comes to the top of the mat, Ardha Chandrasana. So we're gonna open to the left, stack the left hip. Ooh, did you hear that pop? Stack the left hip over the right. Gaze can be up or it can be down. Steady breath. One more inhale. And exhale, spiral the heart down. Left hand plants. The right foot steps off the side of the mat. Bend the knees, curtsy pose. Inhale, gather the energy up. Push into the right foot. Left foot meets the right. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands. We're going to open up the feet into Yogi Squat, Malasana. Toes are out, heels are in slightly. Sink the booty down. Elbows push into the legs. Legs push back into the elbows. Hands press into one another. So quite active. Let the tailbone be heavy as the back of the neck lengthens up to the sky. Getting into the hips here. Lots of emotion stored in the hips. Maybe you wiggle side to side here. And really press down through the pinky toe edge side of the foot. You can even think about lifting the arches. This gives more of that external rotation opening in the hips. Plant the hands. Take a big step back with the left foot. Lizard pose. Some different options. Let me grab the block here. You can bring this back knee down. You can stay right here, just wiggling side to side. Maybe you come down onto the block with the forearms. This is a really deep hip opener. One thing I want to say though is see if you can still create some engagement so it's not all flexibility. We'll keep it a little bit active. So pull back on the right hip crease, pull forward on the left front of the hip a little bit. So find somewhere to stay for a few moments. This is a place where we hold our breath a lot because it's tense. But when we hold our breath, it makes the body tense more, so it's counterproductive. So when we send exhales, the language is the breath of the nervous system. We send exhales into the body. It tells our nervous system that you're all right, you're safe, chill out, and that's how we can create space, whether we're in a challenging yoga pose or we're in a challenging life situation or in Austin traffic. We can exhale, settle. And slowly we'll come up. And we're gonna move into Skandasana. So lift the back leg up, and we're just gonna turn the back heel down. So it's kind of like we're turning into half Malasana squat, Skandasana. Take a couple moments here, and we're gonna move side to side. I want you to move like you. There's many different options here. So I'll show you a couple different options. You could push, use the hands, lift the hips high, and move back and forth from the back of the mat to the front of the mat. You'll need to move the feet just a little bit because the toes want to turn out. You can go back and forth like this. Or you can stay really low. Maybe you don't use your hands. It's a little bit more involved here. And move as quick or as slow as you'd like. You can take any artistic liberty. And we'll meet at the top of the mat. So come back round to the top of the mat. We're gonna spin towards the front. I'm gonna take pigeon pose. So walk the left foot over towards the right foot and bring the shin down. So it's a common myth that the shin needs to be parallel. My shin is never gonna be parallel. And that's totally fine because it's not about the shape of the pose, what it looks like, it's about what it feels like. And I definitely get a stretch in pigeon pose. So that's what we're going for. So all of our pigeons will look different, but we're looking for the feeling. So press down through the front shin. This will help to square the hips. So it is important that we square the hips. And then slowly begin to sink. You can stay up. You can put a block underneath the hips. You can also place it underneath this thigh, if this is more helpful. So play around with that. And a way that I like to come down, if you feel like coming down, because I'm snaky, either coming side to side as I come down, so it's kind of like slowly wiggling, or you can also come up and down, like waving the spine up, leading with the heart, and then waving up. So I'll give you just a little bit of time to explore here. If any of that feels good, or maybe you like stillness more. I have a problem being still. I'm working on it. I'm actually going to a silent meditation retreat that I'm taking as a student next week, which may prove to be very, very challenging. I've never done one before. But going to explore being still, which has always been a challenge for me. So I'll let you know how that goes. A little nervous, but excited. One more inhale. Plant the hands. We'll come back downward facing dog. So wiggle out the hips. Bring the knees down, couple rounds of breath into child's pose or sitting back on the heels, either one. About 3 rounds of breath. Downward facing dog. And we're gonna come into Malasana squat. So you can step or jump into Malasana. Maybe you bend the knees and hop up into squat. Remember, elbows pressing out at the same time the knees are pressing in. So it's really active here. And we take pigeon pose, not pigeon pose, lizard pose on the other side. So plant the hands, take a big step back with the right foot. So the hands are on the inside of the left foot. And any variation here, treat it like a different side. So we're not even to begin with. But we lose the sense of curiosity when we automatically do the same thing on the other side. So see what you need on this side. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Maybe you want to do a different variation. So I'm pro variations. It deepens the listening that we have to do. That's why I like to also give you all time to move on your own accord, not just follow exactly what I'm saying. I want you to explore your own body as well, so I'm giving suggestions. I'm definitely teaching and speaking out of my own body, so we all learn that autonomy and sovereignty. See what feels good. And slowly begin to come back up into the hands. Lift the back knee, and we'll come into pigeon pose. So begin to walk. Oh, you know what? No, we're not going to come into pigeon pose. I thought I was missing something. Skandasana. Turn towards the right into Skandasana. So you're just kind of rolling over. Take a moment here, and then we're going to move side to side. And you can do the same thing, or you can do something different. Maybe explore something different here. So we're going to go back and forth about 3 times. Let the exhales bring you down. An inhale is the movement. The inhale has the impetus, and the exhale sinks. And the next time you come to the top of the mat, we'll spiral back around, and then now we'll come in to pigeon. That makes more sense. Left foot over towards the right side, and set up for pigeon pose. Press down through the front shin to help pull the left hip back. And then any variation that you'd like. Maybe you stay up. Maybe you side to side sway down. Or maybe you wave the spine up and down. But let the breath slowly move in and out of the body, wherever you decide to be. And see if you can loosen any muscles you're not using. Release the back of the neck. Relax the jaw. One more inhale. And exhale. This time let's roll over to the left hip. Bring the right leg around. And we're just going to come into a seat. Roll the neck, roll the spine, get any last wiggles, movements out. Maybe a seated cat-cow. And then find stillness. Let's take 3 rounds of breath together. Audible exhale, so we're speaking to the nervous system here, that settle and soothe part. Inhale. Sigh out. In. Inhale. Hands to heart center. One last time, bring up that smiley heart smile joy. Let it move across your face and let it move inside your body. And again, remembering that we can always access this, these emotions, these memories. We just flex it like a muscle. Flex your joy muscle. Bring the hands together, thumbs at third eye. And we bow forward to seal our practice. And together we say namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that felt even a little bit as good as it did in my body. And be sure to subscribe, like, comment. Would love to hear from you all. If you'd like to check out more about me, coldchanceyoga.com, and check out all we have going on at YOGATX as well. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.